Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's G here. I think this is probably going to be my last post of the year. So I was thinking like, what should I talk about? I do have some other topics, but because it's the last post of the year, I thought I'd talk a little bit about the thing that I think of New Year is I think of change and that renewal, and we all have like our different methods of doing that. What I really decided to talk about was manifestation and kind of ask the question like, can you really manifest the life that you want? All right, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to talk to you about my experience with manifestation and what it really for me entails and how I think I've managed to make magic happen in my life. So subscribe and let's talk about, can we really get what we want in this life? All right. All right, guys. So if you have been following my channel and listened to some of my stories, you know that I have led somewhat of an unconventional path to get me where I am today. So one of the things that I remind myself of, especially when I get frustrated with myself, is that I manifested this life when I was probably like 13 years old or something like that. And I say that because putting stuff out in the universe, the words we say, the things that we do, the things we say we want for ourselves have energy, and they have the ability to transform our lives, right? So and my best friend reminded me of this, when we were like 13, I used to say that my partner, my husband, my future whatever, was in Italy, and that like my man was in Italy. That's what I would say. And that I was going to live there in the future. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know. If I'm totally honest, like at this point in my life, I probably didn't really know where Italy was on a map. I didn't really know anything about the culture. And it was something that I said. Now, decades later, here I am. A lot of us don't have time to wait decades to get what we want in life, right? Like we didn't manifest a lot of stuff when we were 10 or 12 years old necessarily that transformed, decades later. But I think what is important about that is this is the thing. I did not at the age of 13 work as I was becoming of age. I didn't really work to be in Italy. It wasn't something that I said, okay, yes, I'm following this path. I'm going to pack my life up and move to Italy. I really didn't do that. And that is one of the things with manifestation. If you really, really want something, you have to put the energy behind it. Now, I did, as I started, I guess, dating and living, I probably did prioritize foreigners more than I did Americans, because I did believe that my partner was probably not American. And please don't get in my comments be like, that's because you like white guys. Because you know what? There are brown people outside of America too, people, just so you know. So foreigners can mean foreigners. So I do think in my life I did prioritize them, because I did believe that, I was going to be with someone who wasn't American long term. So I did maybe kind of tweak things going around, but I didn't actively build my life on moving to Italy. I really didn't. But here I am. I still manifested it, right? And when I think about manifestation, I have made magic happen in my life so many times. I totally believe in the power of manifestation, but there are some tricks to it. You can't just be like, I want this thing, and then sit back and wait for it to happen. You do have to put the energy behind it. You do have to put something in it to make your life what you want it to be. I know people are like, you pray, you sit back, you wait for whoever, the universe, magic to happen. And that does not always work for everyone. It doesn't work for most people. And I definitely don't think it worked for me in my life in general. Even here, like now that I'm in Italy, sometimes I do find the challenge because there's cultural differences. There's so many things that are unexpected because your life changes if you're in a whole other country, and you have to be ready for different types of things. So one of the key things for me when you want to manifest is putting the energy behind it. The second thing is, don't be telling everybody your business. This is one of the key things, and it's not just because you might find haters or people who are going to discourage you. Sometimes we put ourselves out there, we tell our friends we're excited about something, we want something to happen, and guess what? They're not excited. They're like, oh, that's great. And they change the subject. That in and of itself can discourage you from doing the things that you want to do. And it can make you feel a certain kind of way about what you told them, right? Like you can start second guessing yourself, even though they didn't put anything out there, they didn't say something was bad, they didn't necessarily tell you your idea was bad, your plan was bad or anything. They just didn't give you the energy that you wanted. So sometimes what I actually have to find the balance with, especially now when I really am putting forth effort, I want something to happen, I want that magic to happen, I kind of keep certain aspects of these things to myself because A, there are haters, and B, you need to protect the energy of your manifestations, if that makes sense, right? Like when you are excited and you're putting your energy in something and you want other people to feel that too, you want them to be excited. And that's just sometimes the way it is. And if you don't get that reciprocation when you talk to people, it can make you feel a certain kind of way, especially close people. So I would say pick and choose who you're sharing your dreams with. And you know what else? Don't get in public forums and tell people your dreams, because you lose your rights to intellectual property sometimes by doing that. So YouTube, for example, or if you're in some sort of social media situation and you want support or help or ideology, like somebody to give you like insight, do not put your stuff out in public forums, because you can truly lose your rights behind your intellectual property. So be careful who you're sharing your dreams with. There are people who don't want you to succeed, and there are people who want to steal your dreams. So be careful. That's really, really important. And it doesn't matter who it is. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be whatever. So pick and choose. Find the right people to talk to, and that might not be the people you expect. It could be a future investor. It could be, someone you see as a mentor, who's already doing it. That is important. So pick and choose. So that's important. I know for me, I have some things that I'm manifesting coming in this coming year, and I put in the work behind it. Right now I'm really focused on my financial growth and what that's going to look like for me in the future personally. One of my biggest transitions has been from someone who was a high earner to someone who kind of like works kind of remotely, running my little business. And I'm looking at growing my business. I'm changing my business as well. So you don't even know what I'm doing, but I might share once it all comes together. And I'm also looking at multiple streams of income. I want my YouTube channel to monetize. So you know what? Share, like, subscribe to my videos, because I am talking about my journey through some of these cultural things, being a person of color, a Black woman, and changing your mindset, looking outside of that American experience is important. Because you know what? We don't necessarily see how heavy being Black in America has left us. And I'm going to be talking about all of those kind of things on this channel. So if you're new here, that's what I've been talking about. That's what I'll be talking about. And some of the things in between about my life in Italy and sharing that with you here. So, you know, help me if you so choose. Subscribe, share, like, follow me on the gram even. So you can see other things that I put out there. I do put different things on Instagram, the G Life on Instagram as well. So those are a couple of key things for manifestation to make your dreams happen. At least that's what I have found makes a huge difference for me. And I know everybody's into vision boards, into writing things down, and all of that helps focus your energy, focus your dreams, and help you make the things that you want to happen in this life happen. So going into next year, I got lots to do. I have lots of things to manifest, and I have been putting my energy behind them. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it, right? If you want to achieve something. And I do believe in that. So I think that, you know, that positive energy, those things that you really want, it's time to make it happen. And I do believe in the power of manifestation. So you can manifest your dreams. And if somebody has bad dreams, try not to manifest those. So I do think, though, it's important for us to stay focused. And this renewal thing, be realistic, right? We have to be realistic in our dreams. Otherwise, we're setting ourselves up for failure. And I think sometimes when we are putting stuff out there, we shoot super, super high. But there's steps along the way. So you got to start at step one. So I've been doing that. One of the things that I will share with you that I have been doing is learning how to trade stock. And I hired a stock coach, and I have been working on understanding the market more, playing with that a little bit more, and crypto. So those are a couple of things that I've been working on. And I guess as I grow in those journeys, I probably share some of it here, because I would love for everyone to manifest things that they want. And this life is changing, and how we work in it has to change. So that's it for today. I wanted to wish everyone a happy holiday, happy new year, and I will see you guys on the other side of 2022. Healthy, happy, and well. Ciao, ciao for now.